Hey guys, it's your teacher, Mrs. Daniel, your freshman English teacher. How are you all doing? Welcome back from spring break. We're doing this online, and today I'm just going to come and tell you that we are going to be studying Romeo and Juliet this fourth quarter in freshman English. So when you come to Blackboard, you will open up the video and watch it. Use your phone, use your computer at home. If you're not able to, please talk to your friends and get notes from your friends, okay? All right. Or those of you who are viewing, share the notes with your friends. Ethically. Okay. So get a paper and pencil, and you're going to take notes. I'm going to tell you just an overview of the story of Romeo and Juliet. In your job, you're going to read the story. We're going to chunk it up into pieces, of course, like there are 5 acts in the play. And so we'll chunk it and we'll look at various aspects of the play to help you to understand and make connections to today's time and today's society with this play, okay? Romeo and Juliet, written by William Shakespeare in 1595. Actually, it is a play. It was written to be performed in the Globe Theatre in Europe. And so, yes, it was performed. During those times, in the Middle Ages, in the arts, all actors were men. All roles were played by men. So you can imagine that when this play was performed, all the guys dressed up and acted it out. And they even did the female roles, all the female parts as well. Okay, so that's a side note. But Romeo and Juliet is a 2-hour play, and it's a story about 2 star-struck lovers. These are teenagers. Juliet is 13 years old. Romeo, in my notes, I don't have his age in my notes, but I'm thinking he's not 20 yet. I'm thinking he's still in his teens, if I remember correctly, years back when I first read this story. Okay, so they are young. The story sets off, or it starts with, you have a chorus telling you this background information about how Juliet's father had promised her to marry the Prince of Verona's nephew, I believe it is. Let me check my notes. Dun, 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 dun. Kinsman. So it could be cousin, nephew. Okay. So Juliet's father had promised to end this feud between the Capulets and the Montagues, to allow Juliet to marry Paris, who was the kinsman of the Prince of Verona. Verona, Italy, is where this story takes place. Forgive my shaking of the camera. And so there's a big ball, a big, like, extravagant ball, like the white parties where everybody dresses up in elegant. Well, even more, back home we would have these balls, the Veil Prophet ball, and the guys would wear a tuxedo and the girls would wear these beautiful ball gowns. Well, it was similar to that. So this celebration of the marriage between Juliet, or the espousal, the proposal between Juliet and Paris, they were celebrating. Okay, I'm giving you background. Camera, come on. Romeo crashes the party. He was encouraged to do so by one of his friends. I think it was Mercutio. Let me check my notes. Mercutio, yes, indeed. His witty, his temperamental friend Mercutio convinced, hey, let's crash this party. Let's sneak in. Because at the beginning of this play, Romeo is in love with Rosalind, who is the cousin of Juliet. And Romeo wanted to go into this party to see Rosalind. And what does he do? He crashes the party only to see Juliet and find her so attractive that he instantly falls in love with her. So see, that gives you an indication of these young men. Mercutio, his name tells you that he's temperamental and unstable, you know, like emotional. And Romeo, he's in his emotions, falling in love with every girl he sees, right? So they're young and they're in their feelings a lot. And because they are in their feelings, they get into a lot of danger that they're not equipped to handle. All right, so one thing I want to say, though, that may even lend to the behavior of the boys in this play, Romeo, Mercutio, Tybalt, in the setting of this story in Verona, Italy, in this time of 1595, or, you know, the Middle Ages, the men and young men were expected to be brave and have bravado and be brash and bold and not afraid to confront and even to fight if you have to, for your honor, right? Think about how it was in when we read Rumblefish, how Motorcycle Boy, even though he didn't like to fight, he would, right? And he said they fought for fun, but prior to that, when the gangs were still enforced, they fought for street credibility, for a reputation. Okay? And Motorcycle Boy, if you recall, he had respect on the street from everybody, even the adults, right? Okay, so as you read Romeo and Juliet, think back on some of the stories that you've read over the course of the year, because there is an underlying theme in all of them that deals with like man's place in society and the other themes that we've already looked at in some of the other books that we've read. Relationships with your peers and with your family and with yourself and your identity and that type of thing. Okay, so this is a good story, though. It's a good story. It's a timeless story. 1595, guys, come on. How many years ago? Do the math and figure out how many years ago that was, right? And this story is still around today. Okay, so it has 5 acts. I think I said that. I didn't name you all the characters, but you can find the characters listed, and then you can do like a character sketch. Now, I don't mean draw a picture. I just mean you can make a graphic organizer or columns, or just on a sheet of paper, write the character's name, and then near their name or next to their name, write words that describe them, or write a description of each character, right? So you know Romeo, you know Juliet, you know the Montagues, that's Romeo's side, his family, and the Capulets, that's Juliet's side, right? So just go through your list, go through your source, and write these characters' names down. Do the math to figure out. I threw out a math question. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, review this video. Go back and find that bonus point question I gave you and answer it. Upload all of your work. So when you go back into Blackboard and you look under week 1, you're going to find the assignments you should be doing. Do the assignments. Use credible references and credible resources. Type your assignments on Word or write them, take a picture, upload it to Blackboard, okay? Please don't email me anything, guys, because I don't have room in my email for you to email me things. Alrighty. Okay, guys. Talk to you later. Bye now.